Hey guys, as most of you know, I've made a lot of cuboids in my life, probably 30 different ones, and most of them I don't even know because I don't really like cuboids, to be honest. But the thing is, I want to change that. I don't even know how to solve cuboids, and that's a problem. So I want to try and solve some different cuboids, like my my 3x5x7, which is the ultimate shapeshifter that I've never actually managed to solve. And I also want to try some different ones, such as the MFA 3x4x5 and the 4x4x6 by Calvin's Puzzles that was designed by Tom. And the thing is, I'm gonna start with this one because it's an easy one, and I want to show you how to solve this cuboid. And I think it's very, very interesting compared to most puzzles because it's a very simple solve, and to most other cuboids, I mean. Compared to cuboids with different lengths and different sizes, like 3x4x5, 3x5x6, stuff like that, I think this is very easy because you have an advantage using cubes like that you wouldn't have on other cuboids. It's that you're only having like one direction that's different, and therefore you can take advantage of that and make some moves that would only be available on a cube like that. So let's just scramble this completely, and hopefully we won't have any parity errors. Hope not. But even if we do, that's a good thing because I get to show you how to solve them. So first of all, when you're trying to solve a cuboid like this, know that, well, simply put, you have one direction that's longer than the other ones. So you first need to at least get one face where every single part that has two parts, I mean every single 4x4 part that has a 4x4 and a 4x4x6 part on the top face, so that you can start turning the extra layer that you can't turn otherwise. Now, something that's very special about this cube is really that the fact that you can have all the parts on one face in the right orientation and have the rest completely scrambled, and you can still move the top face. And that's what's gonna make the solve much easier. Now let's just get that first face completely solved. Well, not really solved, but at least in the right orientation. Okay, this is sufficient. I don't really need to do anything more. Why? Because here I'm gonna be able to switch corners, well, 4x4 corners with 4x4x6 corners, like that. I'm going to be able to move that face. And here it doesn't matter because, well, the centers are just one color. There's no parts underneath. Let's just show you how you solve the 4x6 section before actually starting the 4x4x4. Now, here I want to pair up these parts and these parts, as well as these ones and these ones, all around the top face. Now let's find out which ones are already paired up. There's this one and that one, so I'm gonna just replace them with any other part, or at least set of parts that aren't already solved. And if I can't, it doesn't matter. You know what? Let's just try and solve whatever we can solve differently. So the thing is, everything I'm gonna show you is based on 3 cycles. So for example, here I've got yellow with white, green with blue, and here I've got white with green. Now, as you can see, there's green that should go with green and white that should go with white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the top face here. I'm gonna 3-cycle this part, and that one. To do this, I'm gonna move the top face, replace that, well, edge with this one, like this, and then move the edge back and pair up white with white. And that's a very, very simple thing that can only be done on puzzles that have been extended in only one direction, because you can move them much more freely than a puzzle like, for example, the 3x4x5, which has even layers, odd layers, and, you know, 3 different dimensions. 3 different, sizes. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with another edge. So here, I don't know if you've noticed, but every single one of my left side edges are solved. thanks to that 3 cycle that I made. So that's really, really nice. Now I just need to make sure that I find another 3 cycle to do. For example, here I've got white, blue, and blue. These are both right side edges in the sense that this one is oriented to the right compared to the center. So I can 3 cycle this one, and that one, for example. So let's move this one that way, replace the edge here, and then move it back, and here I'm pairing up white with white, and that's a good thing. Now let's find another set of edges that needs to be solved. There's this one, so there's yellow, blue, and green. Let's find another one. This one here, for example, is yellow and green as well. I'm going to put it on the middle face using regular beginner's method algorithms for the second layer of a 3x3. So here I can do this, replace it with that edge, and that's going to pair up this yellow with this yellow. So we're making progress. Now what is left? This one here is not solved. I'm looking for right edges instead of left edges like this one. So this one's on the right. So let's put it in the middle layer. That way it's easier to play with that one and the top layer right here. I'm gonna put it somewhere where there was a part that was already solved. That way it can be messed with easily. Now what's left? There's this one that's a right edge. Okay, and I'm gonna put it on the middle layer again, and now I can do another 3 cycle. So I've got green here and green there, so I know I can just 3 cycle it straight away. Now I'm gonna pair it up, replace it with the old edge, and move that back, and we're good. So we've got another paired up edge right here. Okay, next step is to do, well, the same thing as I just did. So there's, I think the right edges are almost all solved. So there's that one that's left, so that's a good thing. There's, whoa, this is confusing. I'm gonna make sure this one is adjacent to that one. It's gonna be easier to, oh, you know what? It's not even necessary. I was gonna say it's easier to manipulate and comprehend, but that's not even true. So let's find another right position edge. This one here is in the right position. By right, I don't mean correct. I do mean right and left. Okay, now it's in the middle layer, so that's good. It means we're gonna be able to easily put it on top. Now here, I've got blue there. I wanna pair it up with the blue edge here, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replace it with that yellow edge. And I think this is the last one that we had for the right edges, and then we can move on to the left edges that are not solved yet. Here I've paired up yellow with yellow and green with green, so there's no issue there. Now, there's only solved edges on the top face, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to put some scrambled edges on the top face. Every single left edge, as I was saying, should be near the top face, so on the top face or on the middle 3x3 layer. So here I've got 2 of them, a blue yellow and another blue yellow. So you might be wondering, well, is there really another one to solve, or is this just a parity error? And I think that all the other ones are solved, which means this is just a parity error. Now, it's not really difficult. All you need to do is replace a blue edge with a blue edge. For example, here, I'm gonna 3 cycle them like that. I'm gonna put blue with blue, then replace it with another edge like the yellow-blue one. And then when I move it back, yellow is going to be paired up with yellow, and blue is going to be paired up with another blue, not the one it was paired up with at the beginning. But it doesn't matter, because now you've got all of your edges that are completely solved, all your 1x2 edges, or the edges that have a part of the 4x4x6 as well as the 4x4. So that's a good thing. Now we only need to solve the corners. This one is solved, as you can see. This one is not. There's a blue-yellow piece that isn't that one because that one is technically yellow-blue. Where is that blue-yellow part that we're looking for? See, this is where it gets confusing because here, I mean, there's blue on the right and yellow on the left, so I need to find that corner here. And blue on the left and yellow on the right. Oh, this is the one. Blue on the right, yellow on the left. And this one should go underneath that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on the top face. And as you can see, this is going to be paired up with that one, which means I need to find the blue-yellow as well, which is the one I had 2 minutes ago right here. So now I'm pairing up blue-yellow with blue-yellow and replacing it with yellow-blue, which is going to be automatically paired up with yellow-blue. That's essentially the same type of 3-cycle that I just did with the edges. So let's just show you that again with 2 different corners. These 2 right there, for example. This one, that's not solved, and this one either. So there's blue-white, which is going to be paired up with blue-white, and then we're going to need to replace that part with a green-white because it's going to be paired up with that green-white automatically when I move this back. So the green-white is right there, which means I can do this, replace it with the green-white corner, and now it's going to be paired up automatically. And this one as well because, oh, that was just random luck. Okay, now that's where it gets slightly problematic. I think I only have 2 left to solve. This one and that one. And that means I have a parity error. It's something I was hoping not to get, but you know, shit happens. Now, I think this one is actually going to be easy. Yep, it's going to be easy. So, there's a method to solve this. I'm going to do a TPerm with these 2 and these 2. So the TPerm right there that mixes this this set of 2x4 and these 2 corners like this, just like I'm gonna use the algorithm that I use on the what's it called, the domino, because I can't use 3x3 algorithms because I only want to do it on the extra face. The only problem is if I want to do this, I need to do half turns and I can't because this doesn't have the right shape. Yeah. It's slightly scrambled. So first, I need to solve the shape of that cuboid. That's going to be relatively easy, I think. First, I need to make sure every single edge pair is in a single shape. So I need to pair up the 4x4 edges together and the 4x4x6 edges together. So this is going to be slightly challenging. There's just this one, I think, that's left. Okay, so I just need to switch these 2 parts. This is a parity again, using 4x4 algorithms. And now I've got every single edge that's only one shape, so that's a good thing. That's what I was looking for. Now I need to solve the shape. That's just using regular 3x3 algorithms because this is essentially like solving a mirror block. Okay, so I've got this. Oh, there's one slight mistake, I think. Yep. I have an issue with the shape. I thought I didn't, but I do. This is not the right shape at all. Oh no, I just made an extra move that I didn't want to have. Okay, good. I got lucky there. It doesn't matter if the centers are not in the right... oh yeah, it does matter if the centers are not in the right shape because otherwise they're not going to turn. Okay, this is confusing. Solving the shape is indeed like solving a mirror block, but you got the centers to solve as well, so that's slightly annoying. Well, I just need to solve these centers here, but yeah, it's just like solving the centers of a 4x4, but you have to avoid messing up the edges, so that's too bad. So it's not as easy as one would think. Why am I solving the white face here? This is the orange one. Okay, gonna do that again, but better. Okay, like that. Turn the top face, do a 3 cycle again. Okay, now I've got these two solved. I need to do it. I need to get that red center on the top face as well. That's gonna be easy. Okay, I'm almost there. I just have one last center to solve that one using just regular RU, R prime, U prime type of moves. It's always going to be the same, so that's not too hard. Again, that's not the difficulty in solving the 4x4x6. As long as you know how to solve a 4x4, that should do it. Okay, now that I've solved this, I just need to solve the shape of the 4x4x6, which means I just need to orient the corners, and that's just like a 3x3. And now I can move on to the part that I was talking about. So, I need to find the two corners that weren't properly solved, and do it. Okay, put them adjacent to one another, like this. Okay, I've got this one and that one. Now you're probably wondering why I want to do a TPerm, because if I do a TPerm, this is going to be switched, reversed as I want it, but this is going to go there. And so blue and green are going to be paired up with green and blue. Except it's going to be the wrong green and blue, so this is what I'm going to end up having. And that's not good. But the thing is, if I replace that one with another direction of blue and green, I'm essentially doing a TPerm and reversing this whole section here, but I'm replacing blue with blue and green with green. So I'm actually doing a TPerm, but it's actually a 6 cycle instead of a 4 cycle, which means I can cycle the corners and cycle 2 edges and 2 edges, and that's why it works. And by doing this, I've solved the corners and the edges. And so now all that's left is a simple 4x4. So let's solve a simple 4x4. Okay, so I've got the red face and the orange face. These two are solved. I don't really care about the shape anymore, so I can just scramble the shape as much as I please. Just need to make sure that white is in the right place. If I'm not mistaken, I've got white, blue, and red. Here I've got white, red, and blue, and that's not good, so I just need to put the blue on the other side. Okay, so I've got white, blue, and red, and that's the correct color scheme. So now I just need to solve the 4x4 centers first, like that. Whoops, like this. Okay, so that should do it. And now that I've solved this, I can just solve the 4x4 edges. Now I need to pair them up, just like, this is just like solving a regular 4x4. So here I've solved this first edge right there. This is going to be really fast, really quick, because now I don't have the same issues as before. Plus, it's quite easy to recognize which edges should be paired up with which, because they're not the same shapes. So it's actually quite easy to find another one. Like here I've got green-red, just need to find another green edge that has 2 parts, and here I found the green-red edge. It's much simpler than on a 4x4 to recognize the parts because of that, you know, variance in shape. Now I've got yellow and orange. I need to find another yellow-orange, and it is right here. Okay, so now I gotta pair them up, replace them with an edge that's not correct, just like solving a 4x4. Do the same thing until all my edges are paired up, and that's gonna be, it's not gonna be a very painful task or anything. It's gonna be quite easy and quite intuitive. Now I've got one last one last permutation I have to do. Whoops. And now all my edges are paired up, as you can see. Whoops, looks like I lost focus there. All my edges are paired up, and now this is just a 3x3. So let's solve that, and then we'll have solved the 4x4x6. It's actually quite easier than I expected. That's a good thing. Oh, and it's much easier when you know F2L. Nice. That's confusing. What did I do? Oh yeah. It's confusing when you get like a different shape though. So, oh, I have a parity error. Okay, luckily, this is just a 4x4, so all I have to do is solve it like a 4x4. And now it's solved. So it's actually a really nice puzzle. I definitely enjoyed playing with that one. Not a very difficult solve, but a very interesting one. Yeah, I really like solving this. I'm not going to solve it that often because it's quite repetitive, and it's not that much more difficult than a 4x4. It's really, you know, those corner and edge 3 cycles that you need to know. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I had a lot of fun filming it. Please let me know in the comments if you want me to make some more stuff like that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.